You talk to me a little bit about best practices for building a great information technology or cybersecurity posture in almost any organization.
I think we just did it. So I will go into that and I say, Rick, we have a lot of risks, security risks. And you go, yeah, we sure do. And you go, what are they? List them. And you'll give me the top 3 off the top of your head for that day. But along the way, there are 20, 30 areas that you need to cover. So where are we at in each one of those areas? And don't forget, cybersecurity isn't necessarily what you know. What you know, it makes you sleep well at night. It's what you don't know. So the tough questions like endpoint protection. Wow, we got great new XYZ and it's doing a good job. And I'll bust your bubble a little bit and say, how many endpoints do we have? And you'll go, we got 1,000 endpoints. And then I go into one of the sysadmin guys, Active Directory, how many endpoints do I have? Oh, we got 1,150. And I go, Rick, 150 vulnerability, right? And then so you, oh, yeah, right? And those are the harder questions. It's not that no one's not trying hard, but you got to find these loopholes in there and so forth. And so what I find is by having a good, solid program that you can start doing, start fixing these type things. You can start understanding where your highest vulnerability and threat is at in the program. And it's easy to understand. We can provide a unified vision for the CISO, the IT guys, the business, the board, and so forth, and off you go. Now, let's be realistic. The program is not perfect. The landscape is changing every day. But as you see something that's changed, we own the program. So you go, hey, Pete, I think we got a new vulnerability. I'm reading all the things. We need to go solve it. And we go, yes, you're right. And you go, what is it? And he goes, you tell us. Well, why don't we put it in the program? Okay. That way we're tracking it. That way we're watching it. We look at it every month. Yes, it's going to be red as soon as we put it in, and here are the KPIs and so forth. But that means we got to go update everything in X, Y, Z. And you kind of go, okay, let's go do that. And I like to always give my CISOs a lot of room and authority, but they got to have ways to get stuff done. They've got to have a way to get stuff done on an even-keeled basis and then in a critical type situation. So I always like to, say to them, we're going to create in our ticketing system, we're going to create a category, security, okay, needs to get done versus, and then it gets assigned to the right person and we can track it and follow it and so forth. So if this new vulnerability comes in, let's figure out what we need to do, run a project on it, and then if we need to, open up the tickets to start changing things inside the organization, and we can track it and see how we're doing on it. And it's just the old, adage. But what I often find, and I've been doing this a lot lately, is you go in there and I'll talk to the CIO and say, tell me about your program. How do you go do this? And let me tell you that it is not methodical. It is not well thought through. They can't prioritize. They are only reacting to the highest threat of the day that has come through, i.e., the CEO has done something, and now all of a sudden he's getting spam or he's getting faked or something of that nature. So we run down there and so on, but systematically, we didn't solve that for everybody in the organization. So that's what I think is key.